It's a romance that takes place in 1965, and it includes the Great Blackout of 1965 in the Northeast, which was at the time the largest blackout that had ever happened.
It's a show about a sandwich maker who's caught between two sisters, but it's more than that. It's also the people in their lives and how their lives are changed by the Great Blackout.
People were in good spirits during this blackout in the city. Unlike the next blackout that happened, which was during Summer of Sam, when there was like crazy violence and everything.
And apart from the blackout and the individual plot lines of the characters, I'd say Fly By Night is also a story about music and about the healing power of music when we are faced with really dark trials and tribulations. The goal for the music was to find really simple identities for these characters that are seemingly distinct, but through this blackout that brings them all together, it becomes a more symphonic soundscape of ideas.
Musically, the music that we wrote for the show, we tried to have a nod to the period without writing pastiche, and at the same time not writing music that felt completely contemporary and pulled you out of it.
Well, actually, the first thing that this came from was I read this giant article that had run in Time magazine on the blackout at the time. So that was the thing that like really got the gears turning.
I think we were around for the 2003 blackout as well, which I think was you know, a loose inspiration for us. I think we kind of all realized that it was something that connected us, and I think also really importantly, it connects us to our parents and our, you know, the previous generation, which is a major theme throughout the show of parent-child relationships and, you know, talking to the baby boomers about their experience. And while it was a different circumstance and a different time, there are a lot of overlaps and a lot of things are timeless about that experience.
I've always fascinated with this idea of like hidden skills. Like Michael's a magician, that's a hidden skill. He's like a skilled magician. Will, I'm sure you have one too.
He's a great whistler.
He's an amazing whistler, yeah. Will you do it? Right.
Amazing.
I loved this idea of writing about a character who like thinks he's like not later in life, but like sort of past an age where like you're surprising yourself with being able to do things, suddenly like gets a guitar, starts like kind of like messing around on it and realizes that he has songs inside of him. And he really like, I think, reimagines himself and thinks about his life as so much bigger. And possibilities start entering the picture for him.
Yeah, it's how some of the smallest decisions or the decisions that we make on a whim end up affecting our lives much more than we realize. And that's certainly something that's true of all of the characters in the show.